Hi guys, and welcome back to Rebellious Menstruation. This is another cloth pad review. Just probably a disclaimer that I keep forgetting to mention, but I will write it down below anyway. I am not an affiliate or an associate or sponsored for any of these reviews. These are pads that have all legitimately purchased, mostly via Etsy, some through eBay, and some through their own personal website, which I generally will tell you about if I've done that. And I've used all of these, I have washed all of these, I have soaked them in Oxy, I have hung them out to dry, and I have bought them in and stored them, and I use them. So I figured I'd do reviews on them for you all. So my camera's a bit jerky, I keep bumping into it because, you know, it's late in the day. And this is from a American maker called Fire Lily Design. You would have seen this print in another review, or in a what I wore this month section. I have this in from a maker called Go With Your Flow in a different shape. However, I love this because I am a big fan of the Evil Queen. She's my favourite. Totally adore her. Anyway, these are from a maker, again, Fire Lily Design, on Etsy. I think she's actually on holiday at the moment. She's on her tags. She's got these type of cam snaps. Sorry, my ironically enough, my Evil Queen Barbie fell over, so I'm just going to move her out the way. You know, okay. I don't think this one's marked. Oh, this one's marked with a tab. This is all the baby villains. If you notice, this is the Queen of Hearts, this is Cruella de Vil, and this one here is my beloved Evil Queen. And so they're all kind of piled in there together. I think this Evil Queen here, this looks like her face, looks like she's based after Lana Parrilla. But they're all pretty adorable. They're all pretty cute. This is a 9-inch. These are both 9. I think they're 9.25 inches, to be honest with you. They are cotton knit topped. This is Wind Pro fleece on the back. They are all moderate, so this is 11.5. This one here, this kind of more square shaped. I wasn't too sure if this square shape would work for me, to be honest with you, but it does work perfectly fine. It's a little bit bigger at the back than at the front, or, you know, it depends on how you obviously choose to wear it. You could choose to wear the longer part at the front, depending on what your bleeding pattern is. She does these types of, well, this one's a kind of a square type of wing, and this kind of brown. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of this colour. It is such a random colour. It's kind of just this like middle brown type of colour. Anyway, these two have tags on them, which is medium. These are very perfectly stitched all of the way around, as you can tell. Don't worry about the fluff. Windpow fleece tends to pick up lots of fluff. It's just the type of fabric that it is. You would have seen Scar on another one of my Go With Your Flow prints. The Evil Queen and her apple. And, you know, her as an older lady. There's Alice. Slightly over in the corner. These are ridiculously floppy. They don't hold their integrity. I think in my Lotus Blossom one and in they're quite stiff in holding their integrity. You'll probably notice it in my review of Keller Bear Creates. They hold their integrity if you hold them up. This one doesn't. This one is very floppy, very soft. they're also, even though they're mediums, very, very thin. Very, very thin. And they're all quite thin. Never had a problem. I wear these probably every cycle since I've got them. This is the earliest one I got months and months and months ago. Probably 8 months ago now. These ones are recent acquisitions from oops, sorry. I've dropped you. That's okay. We've rescued you back. That's just going to be an interesting interval in the middle of the video. Or I may or may not edit that out. As you can see, they are very, very thin. I've never had an issue with bleed through on this. So they hold up really well when you're actually using them. This has another problem. Look, these are perfectly well made. That's probably where the turn circle is. These are perfectly well made, perfectly stitched, adorable, adorable prints. However, these, because of this type of cotton knit top that there is, these are all cotton. This cotton knit top, they're all Winpro fleece backed, and they've all got bamboo cores and French Terry, I believe, cores. Is that and I'll show you, not this branding, definitely not this branding. So please don't think that. Is that I've actually, with this floppy type of pad that doesn't maintain kind of its own integrity, I've actually ripped one of the snaps out before. And I've ripped one of the snaps out because once they are snapped up, generally when I go to the bathroom and I'm changing this, I will actually wash my hands, dry my hands. But you know how when you wash your hands and maybe get a little bit damp, even if you've dried them on a towel, is that when you go to open these, if you can kind of see that, and they do tend to pull out a bit. So this fabric, and with this kind of floppiness to it, it just makes it really extra hard to actually pull these open. Now when it's like this and you're going to put it on, it's easy because you can just do what I just did with it, is kind of get in there with your nails and pull it apart. Now I actually have very short nails because I actually cut them today. My period is due in 5 days. 5 days. So what I generally will do is cut most of my nails down because I'll be at work and I'll use a cup. So I don't usually tend to maintain my nails when I'm using my cup. So they grow for essentially the 3 weeks in between cycles. Or they've actually grew for about 6 weeks this time because in my last period I had the week off and didn't actually use a cup. So my nails have grown quite ridiculously long because I go really fast. So, you know, with this one, if you're putting it on, it's really easy. But if this is on the bottom of your pair of underwear, also, you know, you go to the bathroom, you go change your badge, you pull down your underwear, and this will generally flop up. They'll flop out like that when you're wearing them. So this will flop down, this will flop up, this, and even when you put them on fresh and new and laundered and clean like these ones are, even when you pull them up, quite often this can fall down when you pull up, or this will twist out to the side when you pull them up. So they can take a bit of they can take a bit of adjustment and getting used to them, solely because they don't maintain any integrity. Once they are on and they're against your body, they are perfect. They absorb really, really well. They wick really, really well. You don't really feel wet with these because it's backed in this Winpro fleece. You are not going to go through it. But getting them on, off, and up can be frustrating. And so I think, for me personally, I definitely prefer. I definitely prefer pads to maintain a bit of integrity. Like even these ones, if you notice the difference in integrity. So this one won't maintain any integrity at all. If you hold them by their snaps, this is what you're looking at. So this will not maintain integrity. You know, granted, I am using a much smaller pad than this, but even if I got a lotus blossom pad out that's the same length as this, it would hold its integrity, whereas these just do not. This is not to say that these are very absorbent. They collect the blood. I've never had an issue while actually wearing them or having them on or using them. However, these, when you're taking them off and your hands are a bit damp, this can be very, very hard because you can't just pull them apart. You can't just pull the snaps apart. Whereas with this one, you know, if you're wearing this on, this is actually a pad by a maker called Andy made it. I do have a review somewhere on the, if you're wearing this and you need to unsnap it, you know, it's actually, and you're wearing, you know, underwear, it unsnaps really easy because it just has that little bit more integrity to it. Whereas, yeah, these just have zero, you know, integrity in their maintenance of holding up. So they can be hard to put on, they can be hard to take off. While you're wearing them, they're perfect. And these ones are like clouds. Once they're on and adjusted and in the right place, you do not feel them. You do not feel them at all. They are dry, they are wicking, they are very, very thin. But I think probably because they don't have that any, you know, internal integrity holding them together, they conform perfect to your body. Whereas, you know, some other ones that have quite a stiff integrity can actually just cause issues, can cause issues of its own just by, you know, being there. Outside of that, this is Fire Lily design, great prints, excellently made, and you can find Fire Lily design on Etsy. Thank you and see you next time.